Welcome to Excise and Licenses online training videos. This video will show you how to apply online for a retail food caterer business license. There are a couple of steps to apply online. You'll first want to go to the retail food caterer website to see all required documents for this new application. You'll want to make sure you have your documents filled out and uploaded on your computer. They must be in a PDF or a JPEG format. We are not able to open other formats. This license is for an individual or company that provides a contracted, prearranged number of meals and or food products that are prepared at a licensed retail food establishment for service and consumed at the same or another prearranged offsite location and not available for individual purchase. You'll also want to make sure that you have a login created for Denver's online permitting and licensing center, and you'll want to make sure that that email and password that you use to create the account, that you can remember that in the future. Going forward, all of your license applications for food will be online, so you'll want to make sure that you can remember that email and password. And then you'll also want to make sure that you have a credit or debit card ready. We accept Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. Or if you want to pay with a bank account, you would need the routing number, account holder name, and account type. One thing you'll want to remember for your application when you're online is that you do not want your application to time out. So if you need to step away from the application while you're online, make sure that you click at the bottom of the screen the Save and Resume button. And then that when you log back into your account, you'll be able to click on the little icon on the right-hand side that says Resume Application. If you let your application time out without clicking on that orange button at the bottom of the screen, it will mess up your application, and then you'll have to contact Excise and Licenses, and where we'll have to manually assist you, and that will delay the process of your application. So again, don't let your application time out when you're on during the process. Just click that orange Save and Resume button and log out. Okay, and here are the required documents that you'll need to have prepared before you start your online application process, and you'll want those documents saved on your computer in a PDF or JPEG format. You'll need if you're moving your license, if you have a current license and you're moving that license online, you'll want to have a copy of your current Denver business license. If you answer yes to this question on the application, you will need to provide a copy of your current business license. And again, like I said, this is for licensees that are transferring their current business license not online during their renewal process. And if you answer yes, you need to provide that document so you don't get charged an application fee. You'll only be charged the license fee. And then you'll also want a affidavit of commissary. Again, this document is provided on our website, and you'll want to make sure that that document is fully filled out and signed and dated. And also, we need a copy of the valid identification for the person that is signing up as a retail food caterer. And if you indicate during the application process that you're a nonprofit, you will need to provide these two documents as part of that application process. You would need a letter addressed to the Department of Excise and Licenses that contains a request of fee waiver, the name of the nonprofit, explanation of vision, how does the community benefit from this nonprofit. It must be on letterhead and it must be dated and signed. And then the second required document for that is the 501c3 letter from the IRS listing the nonprofit's name. Again, you'll want to make sure all of these documents are ready and signed and dated and filled out correctly. Otherwise, that will delay your application process. And then here is a document that we have on the website. As part of the application process, it's going to ask you the retail food handling for your license. We want to know everything that you're doing with the food. And so this URL leads you to a document that will give you examples of the food handling processes. And that document looks like this. And it just has different examples of are you selling prepackaged cold foods, no food handling preparation. This type of process is usually a gas station, convenience store, but others might sell these items to such as grocery stores, drugstores. This doesn't apply to a caterer, but if you're scooping ice or open food handling of non-potentially hazardous foods. So this document just has a lot of different examples. So make sure that you review this, because you will be asked during the application process if you are handling food in any of these manners, and you'll want to check that box. Okay, now we're going to go to Denver's Permitting and Licensing Center so we can start the application process. And like I said before, you want to make sure that you have a email sign-in and password. You can either register for your account, or if you've already done that, you will sign in with your username or email and your password, and then you'll click on Sign In. And then here you're going to click on Business Licenses. And then you're going to click on Apply for a License. And then here you're going to read the general disclaimer. You're going to scroll through and read. And then once you have finished all of that and you agree to it, you can check that box and you'll click on Continue Application. And then here you are going to apply. For today's example, we're applying for a retail food license caterer. So you're going to check that little box right here, and then you're going to scroll down and click on Continue Application. And then here it's just telling you the information that we're going to gather during this application process. And again, if you need to go find any of these documents, fill them out, make sure that they're uploaded on your computer in a PDF or JPEG format, and you don't have that ready, again, click on that Save and Resume button and then log out, and then go get your documents and everything, get them prepared, and then come back in and resume your application. So again, we're going to ask for this information, and then you can click on Continue Application. And then here we're asking for the legal entity name of your company. And that is, again, just the legal name of your company. You can fill that information out. And again, make sure that you fill this information out using the correct uppercase, lowercase, commas, because the way you type in this information, that's the way it's going to print out on your licenses. So be sure that you use the correct formats. And then also, do you do business as a different company name? If you do, you can put that in here, and or you can leave it blank, and then you click on Continue Application. And then here we're just going to start gathering information. We're going to ask you about the applicant name. So give us the first name, the last name, the date of birth. We want the address, and then also we want a good phone number and email. And the phone number and email, we need a valid email, because that is the way that we will communicate with you regarding your application. So please make sure that you have a valid email, and emails will come to you from us immediately upon the submittal of your application. It will be coming from EXL notifications. So make sure you see that in your inbox. If you don't see it there, be sure to check your trash or your junk folder. Then you're going to fill out your responsible party information. And then here we want your mailing address. And you're going to, and if you have a suite or anything like that, you'll put that in there. and then click on continue, and then click on continue application. And then here we're going to start asking you about your business. So what type of catering does your business offer? And you'll answer that information. And then how many people are employed by your catering company? And then we want the full address of the commissary that you use for your business. So we want the full address for that. So you'll input that information. And then we also want to know what days of the week that you are at the commissary. So you will enter in that information. And then here is where we ask what kind of food processes are performed by your catering company. So you'll make sure you go through here. And this goes back to that document that I was talking about earlier, the food handling processes. So you'll check everything that your company does on your license. And then once you have all of that entered, then you'll click on continue application. And then here we're asking, do you have a current valid city business license for your food business? And if you do, you're going to click yes, and then we're going to ask you to upload a copy of your city business license. That's not your tax license, it's your business license. And so if you say yes, then you won't be charged the application fee. You'll only be charged the license fee. And so we're going to enter that. And then also, if you're applying as a nonprofit, you would check that. And then you would also upload the 2 documents that we ask for nonprofits. So then we're going to click on continue application. And then here we are gathering information, demographic information for the city so we can improve our processes. This is voluntary information. You do not have to fill this out, but we are asking what's the primary language spoken by you and your staff, and also the secondary language. So you would select whatever applies to your company, and then you click on continue application. And then here is where you upload the documents. Again, they need to be in a PDF or JPEG format, and they need to be completely filled out. If they are not, it will delay your process. Okay, upload the first document, and then the business license, and then the valid ID for the responsible party. And once you have all of those documents uploaded, you're going to click on continue application. And then here we're asking if you have been convicted of a crime or an ordinance violation besides a traffic violation in any federal, state, or city court. If you say yes, then you'll have to describe the information. And if you say no, then you'll just click on continue application. And then here we are asking you to read these statements. And if you agree and understand to operate your business regarding these rules, you will just check the box next to each statement and then click on continue application. Okay, and this is your final chance to review all of the information that you input regarding your application. You want to make sure that you review everything for accuracy. And if something is spelled wrong or it isn't correct, you could click on this edit button and it will go back to that part of the application for you to correct it and come back to this review page. Otherwise, if everything looks good, you'll scroll down and you'll read the oath of application. And if you agree to the oath of application, you'll check this box and then you'll click on continue application. And then here you are almost ready to submit your application, but first we need to collect your payment. So you'll click here, and then that will take you here where you'll click on pay fees due. And then that will let you know the amount of the application that you'll need to pay. You'll click on continue application, and then that will take you to a third-party vendor where you will either enter in your credit card information or your bank information, and then you'll submit that through. And once you get to the successfully submitted page for your payment, make sure you make a copy of that page for your records. We do not email a receipt for your payment. So make sure you print a copy of that page for your records. And then the application will be submitted to Excise and Licenses. We have up to 7 to 10 business days to do the initial review of the application. That does not mean that we will issue the license within that time. So make sure that you keep an eye on your email inbox for any communication from EXL notifications regarding your application, because you should immediately start receiving emails about your application was submitted successfully, what step we are in the review process for your application, or if we need more documents or more information from you, we will email you those questions. So again, it will take 7 to 10 business days for the initial review. And so that is part of this application process. I'd like to thank you for watching this Denver Excise and Licenses video, and I hope that you have a great day.